Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is, of course, Together for Victory in Hearts of Iron 4. And in the last episode, we were sort of talking about how we would go to war with Belgium, declare war, and end up going to war with literally the entire world. I've had a little bit of a better idea than that. And that idea is to travel all the way up through the French Commune, which we can totally do, by the way, because they're communists just like us, and therefore we would be absolutely fine in asking them for military access. We get all the way up to here, and then we navally invade Portugal. And then we finish that war with them. We finish the war with Portugal. We GG out. Then we join the communists. And then we go to war with Belgium and the United Kingdom. It's not perfect, and it's going to require a little bit of luck to work. We're going to need a couple of docks and stuff, and whatever the things that you transport troops on. Convoys, that's the one. We're going to need a fair few more convoys before we can really accomplish that. But I think it should be possible, right, to launch from a dock here, a naval base over there, to a naval base in Lisbon. That's the plan at the moment, anyway. All right, I'm hopeful that's gonna work very smoothly, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, attacking Belgium and attacking the UK, I think would totally be fine in the short term. However, in the long term, I just don't think that it would really work. Besides, we'd end up going to war with so many people. We wouldn't end up going to war with France, which is quite nice. But I would rather have the Soviets on my side, even though they are being absolutely cream crackered by the Nazis right now. Like, they've lost Moscow and much more territory. So it really is up to us to sort them out. And also, like, the Allies. But, you know, fuck the Allies, right? Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through Belgium. That's going to be a little bit of an annoyance. Yeah, even if I was to improve my relations with Belgium, I don't think that I would manage to get military access through you. That's a little bit of a shame. Could we actually maybe, like, just navally invade from here? We could probably just, like, navally invade from South Africa, right? Yeah, we totally could. Now, the problem is that... Alright. Let's do that. The problem is, I think, what's our current technology looking like for naval invasions? It's not in here. It's in Navy, isn't it? Yeah, I always forget where it is. Naval invasion capacity 10. Okay, so we can take 10 with one dude. Which means that we're going to need to split the army into 2 and get rid of 4 troops. So you're already not in the army. You need to select 4 troops there, and they need to be stuck into a second army. And then we need to get a third army, which will have... Well, it'll have 5 troops of you, and then we zoom in here, and we get 5 more. That's 4. That's 5. Perfect. Alright, so that's into 10. So let's get all your troops to assign to this naval order. Perfect. And your troops, you are currently a nobody. You're a field marshal? Sure, we can get a field marshal, doesn't particularly matter. We'll also set up a naval invasion for you. Yours will be there. And we are going to try and... We could actually go out from there. That would be an interesting thing to do. An interesting opinion? Not quite an opinion, Potato, but, you know, not far off, eh? Alright. Let's get you guys set up as well. Can we not do oh, we can't do a double naval invasion? We can only do one naval invasion? Shit. I thought we could do more than one. Maybe we can't do to, like, the same province? Ah, yeah, okay. We can't do the... Or maybe it's just overlapping? No, it seems... Oh, no. Oh, no. They are just completely overlapping. That's fine, then. I guess we kind of want to go for the one that's remotely near us, so... Yeah, let's equip 10 people onto that. Let's get you chaps over there. It's going to take us a long-ass time to prepare as well. Because, of course, that's the case. Reserved convoys, 7 out of 19. Yes, there is a lot of convoys that, that still need to be built. There are no units assigned to this order. Why not? Like, is it because we can't do a second? Yeah, okay, so actually, we can't do that. We can only do one naval invasion at a time. That sucks pretty fucking hard, actually. 167 days to do that. We could get a second one, which would give us plus 40, which would be really, really nice. Well, I think that we go ahead with preparations for this, because we need the convoys anyway. I mean, we're not really... we get like 3 a month, 3.3 a month, so we're going to have the number of convoys in plenty of time anyway. But I think that the next bit of research that we want is probably going to be aimed quite strongly at improving our naval invasion capacity, because I think that we really, really do need that. Also, synthetic oil experiments is fantastic. Constructions and whatnot, we've got a few spaces that will quite happily be filled with synthetic refineries, which is grand. That's really, really, really nice, and I'm very, very looking forward to that. Very, very looking forward to that. Very, very looking forward to that. Extensive conscription. We're probably going to need to change that pretty shortly anyway. You guys currently don't have an owner. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Let's get... not that one, although that would be cool if we could get transport planes set up. But as you know, our ability to manufacture anything other than steel is severely limited. And chromium. No, we're fine for chromium. Chromium we're gravy for, baby. But anything else, we're sort of in a little bit of shit. So we need boats. Oh, of course we do. Of course we do. I forgot that we need to do that. Oh, I suppose we could do with like... we can ask for military access, right? We may now move their troops within their borders. Can we, like, get our troops here? We can't. We really fucking can't. We're so close. We're so fucking close to just, like, finishing that off. Could we, like... I mean, there's no point in preparing for this anyway, right? Like, let's delete this for a second. Is it possible for us to navally invade from here to here as a first step? Is that possible? In fact, you know what? We can go one better. We can go one better. We can navally invade from here. Oh, shit. Whoops. Get rid of this one. Invade from here to literally there. So, like, the minimum amount distance possible, right? The minimum distance possible. And then we can walk our troops all the way up through France. On the way, I guess we could probably fuck up Portuguese Guinea, or however the hell it's said. Guyana? I think it's Guinea, though. So that might be an option for us. You guys are going to all head up the coast. That's awesome. That's fine. We're going to be completing synthetic refineries in no time, which is going to actually speed up the production of our convoys, because currently we're not getting any oil, which is why convoys are not producing at a speed that we're happy with. We're doing okay for manpower. It's going to change, but that's fine. I'm not worried. Portugal, you're trying to navally invade me. I'm gonna navally invade your ass quite soon, actually. Looking forward to that, buddy? You looking forward? We're also probably gonna have to get some submarines, as much as it pains me to do so. Maybe we could research some submarines, actually. We don't have a single submarine. Fantastic. Are you sure you want to... wait, what? What? Oh, I must have clicked on the wrong box, I guess. Weird. Either way, doesn't particularly matter. Aircraft, I don't think we can actually base aircraft out of French French airfields. Even if we could, I don't know if we can even see the airfields, like Sahara Desert. Is there any airfields even in this area? I don't even think there is. Are we like, maybe we just can't see the airfields? Is that the problem? I guess we must not be able to see them, because I know for a fact that there is definitely airfields in Africa. And there's no way that we can ask for like fleet basing rights or plane basing rights. Yeah, it doesn't particularly matter. France still hasn't converted to the Allies yet, which is surprising and a little bit weird, but whatever. Convoys, we're almost there on. That's awesome. Convoys, we're almost there on. Don't need you because we're about to start construction of our oil. Cape is here. Let's get synthetic refinery there, and there. Let's put all of these to the top. Let's prioritize this over infrastructure. How long is this going to take? 26th of May, 1942. That's actually not long at all. And that's going to presumably give us a bunch of oil. 5 oil and 2 rubber. We're actually going to get a shit ton of rubber out of this. I didn't realize that it was that much oil and rubber that we got from it. But I guess, you know, well, the war machine needs a lot of oil, so I'm happy to say that we're gonna be oil rich, boys. We're gonna be oil rich. It was grand and glorious. Inventory equipment 2, fantastic. Researching subs, that's pretty good. 1942, we can actually upgrade weapons, which is a little bit unbelievable, actually, considering we haven't had anything to do with any real fighting yet. Although, trust me, we will. We will. I only hope that I can navally invade from... Can I navally invade? This is not a valid... Can I not navally invade from over there? That might be a little bit of a problem if we can't navally invade from over there. Yeah. That is a little bit of a problem. I mean, it's not completely inconceivable to imagine that the Portuguese Navy is relatively shit. But we're going to need a lot of intel in a lot of sea regions if we want to actually manage to navally invade. So the Gulf of Guinea, Cape Verde, African coast, and Iberian coast if we want to get in that one entire naval sweep. I don't know if this naval invasion is actually going to net us anything of significance. I still want to definitely do my naval invasion from here. Absolutely, certainly, positively. But it's just that there might be juicier targets for us. There's not even fucking any air bases in Angola. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I mean, we could if we wanted to, if we didn't want to build boats, which, let me tell you, is not a comforting prospect. We could just like tech into strategic bombers, which have, I think, the highest range here, right? Operational range is 2K. I mean, that's so fucking small though. Wellington 2K, you're 2K. I mean, we can make variants, but even if we were to make a variant, then that would still be leave a lot to be desired. The Lancaster we could research, and the Lincoln. You know, I think that might actually be what we want, right? Also, we can't do this because we don't have 50 fucking factories yet. That's annoying. Am I still happy with army training? Division training time? Airbase construction time. Construction speed. Technology sharing. Air production. Naval production? Naval production, I guess, would be quite nice. I guess we can, right? I guess we should probably tech into planes because... But we're gonna need really, really good planes in order to get anywhere near the operational range that we would get from a submarine. A submarine would be a hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better. It's gonna require a lot of research, though. I don't know. Portugal's a really annoying place. Really, really annoying place. I also have literally zero idea. I have zero intel on how they're doing. Oh, you know what I can do? I should totally set up this naval invasion just because I can take this little province over there. I'll just like navally invade to this location once again. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway because we don't have the appropriate number of convoys quite yet. But we will soon, and then it's going to take a little bit of time to prepare, which will be no time at all. And if there was a way to send my aircraft over there, I would love to, but I don't think I can, right? It's just too far. It's just way too far. Way too far. Don't even have any air bases over there. Nobody has any air bases. Mozambique's got an air base, but Angola does not have an air base. You're working on the army effort? Yeah. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to send anyone into there. We're banking on submarines, okay? I never thought I'd say this, but we're actually banking on submarines to give us the intel that we need for this. I think that there might be a setting that we can just set submarines to passive so that we never end up attacking anyone. We just like get loads of info. It's quite cheap as well. Another issue that we have is that I just have like literally zero production, like at all, literally at all, which is a pretty limiting factor, but I'm not one to complain about it, as you can probably tell. How are the Soviets doing? Are they... Wow, they've lost so much ground. French have got nothing. French have got absolutely nothing. The French have nothing. I mean, it looks like they've got a lot, but it's all worthless. Unbelievably worthless. The Soviet Union is, for some obscure reason, in the middle of Turkey. It seems grand. I don't really know who I want to win this war, right? Because if the Soviet Union are doing well, then the United Kingdom are doing well. And if the United Kingdom are doing well, then the Soviet Union are probably doing well. I want the Soviet Union to be doing well. I don't want the UK to be doing well, because I don't want the UK to be able to defend its borders over here when we eventually take and conquer all of this land, which will happen, but it's sort of a little bit of a delayed time frame. We've only got like half a year to capture Belgium, so that is not ideal, but we're working on it. We're working on it. I say half a year. You know what? If push comes to shove, we just fucking do it. Like, we just jump right in and attack them. Research slot. Can we get some supply consumption minus 10%? No, let's try and get some. We'll go for those strategic bombers, I guess. Still no airport in Angola. That's troubling. This is looking pretty good. Division is still preparing. Submarines will be ready soon. 32 troops over here. Who'd have thunk it? That's a lot of troops. That is a hell of a lot of troops. You, my friend, can be equipped to the border. And you are about to get a large injection of troops. Wait, what? Why did the dudes suddenly stop commanding them? Wait, what? I didn't want to add more people to this list. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? I fucked up. Here we go. You equipped there. Oh fuck, it's an order for that specific army. That's fine. I'll unfuck it up, don't worry. Delete. Do I have to do it through here? Jesus Christ. That was a pain in the ass. Set up a front line over there. Equip everyone onto it. And equip a bunch more people onto it. Here we go. Get this guy. You're in charge now. There we go. That's grand. So that should, fingers crossed, if push comes to shove, if we have to declare war on Belgium because our justification or whatever it is going to run out. The fall of Stalingrad. Oh, Jesus Christ. Things just keep on getting better, don't they? Jesus Christ, Germany. Come on, slow down. Or at least invade the UK. Please, dear God, invade the UK. If you could do that, then I would be so happy. So happy. It'd make me a very happy dude. Angola has 1 infantry. Great. Mozambique has 0. So good job. Good job. Although Mozambique does have an airport, something that Angola cannot brag about itself. A little bit troubling there. We completed 1 synthetic oil refinery, so we should be pumping out a very, very, very large number of convoys right now, which is fantastic. We've got 0 manpower. That's okay. That's not a problem. Let's stop building these, actually. Or cancel building all of the ones that don't have the appropriate amount of manpower. Just because I don't really need any more men. That's absolutely a-okay. Yep, perfect. That's grand. Doing a great job there, folks. Great job. Great job. Allows us to build a little bit of manpower back up whilst we're waiting. You are pretty much ready to go, but we don't have the intel, which sucks so fucking hard. Can't go! Fuck! Can't even build a fucking submarine yet because we just don't have the intel. Oh my god, that's annoying. That is annoying. That is unbelievably annoying. We can't even build a boat in our allied lands. That'd be really cool if we could, like, speak to them and say, hey, dudes, you want to give me a boat? You lend me one of your boats or something? You know, that'd be really nice and friendly if you did that. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of Lend-Lease stuff is going. I'm so glad that I'm giving him loads of weapons and stuff. Also, we should be getting our next level of weapons very, very soon indeed, which is very, very exciting. And will allow us to do a hell of a lot. Probably will be at the front of the pack, I'd imagine, with that. Well, not maybe the front, but, you know, certainly close behind. We're also going to change our continuous... I was waiting to say we're going to change our continuous focus onto naval. But it seems that that's already the case. I'm going to straight away just say level 2 submarines. And then we're going to reassign our... Wrong one. We're going to reassign our dockyards to be fully behind submarines, which is annoying, but hey-ho, we can't actually upgrade you. That's a convoy. Good one, potato. Good one. Stealth. I would love to upgrade stealth much, much greater than it currently is. But hey-ho. I'm actually going to upgrade Submarine Mark 1 because I do want this to be a stealthy motherfucker. We get 1 submarine a month. You need to be deployed to here. That works perfectly. To Cape, yes. We are going to try and get some more dockyards. I think that we've pretty much gone through all of the dockyards. Yeah, all of the dockyard increasing bits and bobs. Submarine warfare, I am interested in that. Commit to the 5-year plan. 2 airbase in Cape. These are all just like air boosts, and I don't really care about this. Yeah, no, I don't really care about any of that nonsense. Land doctrine, armor F. No, I don't care. I don't care about like research being sped up. It's really nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna dispute that, but it's just so you know, it's just not that interesting, really. I mean, something else that we could do if we wanted to be really, really, really sneaky is we could put an airbase in this area. And if I was to put this to the top, how long would it take to build an airbase? 27th of July? That's actually remarkably quickly. If we put an airbase here, then we might just be able to get planes into this area, which would give us enough intel. Why has Norway got troops? Why has Norway got troops down here? Fucking Norway, man. Fuck. Really? You're a bit too democratic for my liking. What can you do, though, eh? What can you do? Yes, we have a year to go. Well, just under a year to go before our conquest of Belgium expires. I'm pretty confident that we're going to be able to get up to be able to get up to Portugal. I'm actually really confident. Actually, unbelievably confident. But we'll have to find out in the next episode, because, ladies and gents, that's the end of this one. Thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Potato. This has been Hearts of Iron Together for Victory. I'll see you next time. Bye.